Okay, Tia, Chapter 3 of Olivia the Orchid Fairy. Quick, after them, Kirsty shouted, running along the path with Rachel close behind. Who are they chasing?
The goblin.
Yes, Olivia zoomed through the air next to them. It'll be faster if we all fly, she said, pointing her wand at the girls. A sparkling stream of purple and blue. Next page. Fairy dust swirled around Kirsty and Rachel, instantly turning them into fairies. Thanks, Olivia, Rachel said, flapping her glittery wings in delight. Now let's catch up with those goblins. The three friends flew through the air, following the pesky green figures. They were beginning to gain on the goblins when they rounded the corner. Rachel and Kirsty gasped at the sight. Rainbow Falls was straight ahead of them. Water plunged from high rocks into a large, deep pool just in front of the goblins. The fine spray from the waterfall was making rainbows shimmer and dance in the air above the wet rocks in the pool. The girls hovered in midair, gazing with wonder at the sight. There were signs all around the falls saying that no one should climb on the slippery rocks. The goblins ignored all the signs. One by one, they started leaping onto the nearest rock. They're not going in the pool, are they? Kirsty said in surprise. Goblins hate getting their feet wet. They're using the rocks as stepping stones, Rachel realized. They're going to get away with that petal. Olivia sighed. Come on, let's follow them, she said, and the three girls fluttered after the goblins. You know, all these little rainbows remind me of the ones we've used to travel to Fairyland, Kirsty said. Then she smiled as an idea struck her. You know, I just thought of something that might stop the goblins, she said to her friends in a low voice. Just go along with what I say, okay? Rachel and Olivia nodded, looking curious. Kirsty winked at them and then said loudly, Isn't it lucky that the goblins came to Rainbow Falls? Do you think they noticed that these little rainbows are just like the magical rainbow bridges the Fairy King and Queen used to bring people to the Fairyland Palace? Rachel tried to hide a smile as she realized what her friend was up to. Kirsty was trying to trick the goblins. Olivia seemed to have caught on too, because she was agreeing loudly. Yes, they're exactly like the rainbow bridges, she said, and a rainbow bridge will whisk you straight to the Fairy King and Queen if you step into one. It's powerful magic. Rachel nudged Kirsty with glee. It was obvious that the goblins had heard what the girls had been saying. They now looked extremely nervous, all huddled together on a stepping stone. They were muttering anxiously about being whisked off to answer to the King and Queen of Fairyland. A rainbow formed right over the head of one goblin, and he pulled away from it. No, I don't want to go to Fairyland, he exclaimed. A second rainbow appeared near the goblin with the orchid petal. Me neither! No way! He yelped, hopping to a different stone. Then the goblin holding the wand let out a squeal as a rainbow appeared right in front of his face. Oh, I don't like this, he wailed. Kirsty and Rachel looked at one another. They're so nervous they're not thinking about the petal at all now, Rachel whispered. Kirsty whispered. Rachel nodded. This might be a good chance for us to try and grab it, she suggested. Good thinking, Olivia agreed. If we all swoop down together, hopefully we'll catch them by surprise and we can get my petal back. Let's try, Kirsty said, looking determined. 1, 2, 3, go! Think they'll get it?
Yeah.
Next chapter, Ice Falls. Uh-oh, the goblins are going to use that wand, I bet. Yeah. Check Frost wand. The three fairies zoomed toward the goblins. Unfortunately, the goblins saw them coming. Oh, no, you don't, one shouted, splashing water at the girls. Kirsty dodged the spray, but Rachel wasn't so quick, and her wings became heavy with water. She shook them off and backed away, trying to flap them dry. Laughing, the goblins flicked more water at the fairies until all three of them were forced to back off. That's right, fly away, the goblin with the wand sneered. He put his hands on his hips, but then jumped as another rainbow appeared right by one of his elbows. Stupid rainbows! They're really getting on my nerves, he snapped. But the goblin with the petal was looking thoughtful. How do we know these rainbows are magic anyway, he said. What if those fairies are trying to trick us like they did with the sunflower petal yesterday? Kirsty and Rachel exchanged a worried glance. Would the goblins realize that the rainbows were actually completely harmless? If you think it's all a trick, why don't you step into one of them and find out, a skinny goblin challenged. Oh, I thought the girls were saying that. That's why I did that voice. If you think it's all a trick, why don't you step into one of them and find out? The skinny goblin challenged. Why should I do it? The goblin with the petal replied. You try it. And he gave the skinny goblin a shove toward the nearest rainbow. Yikes, yelled the skinny goblin, falling straight through the rainbow and into the pool with a splash. Hey, it's freezing in here, he shouted, struggling to climb out. The other goblins ignored his complaints. They were far too excited after learning that the girls had tricked them. Those rainbows aren't magic at all, one of them yelled, looking victorious. The goblin with the wand pulled the skinny goblin out of the water and then glared up at the fairies. It's time to teach those tricky fairies a lesson, once and for all, he declared. This spell will freeze you into ice. No more fairies, won't that be nice? Oh yeah, the spells always have to rhyme, eh? Mm-hmm. He shouted, pointing the wand at them. Quick, yelled Rachel, fly away! 3 icy bolts of magic poured from the wand toward the girls and Olivia. Hearts pounding, Kirsty and Rachel zoomed away from the freezing magic, with Olivia whizzing alongside. The ice bolts just barely missed the 3 friends and struck Rainbow Falls. Instead, Kirsty, Rachel, and Olivia stopped and stared in amazement as the entire waterfall and the pool below turned to solid ice, and the roar of the water was silenced immediately. Wow, Kirsty gulped. It's beautiful! Even the goblins seemed amazed by the icy waterfall. The magic had frozen every drop of water in an instant. Even the splashes of spray were frozen in midair like twinkling diamonds. A shout from one of the goblins broke the silence. Hey, we can walk across the pool now. Rachel looked down to see that the goblins were skidding and sliding across the ice. They're heading around the back of the waterfall, she said. Let's follow them. The 3 fairies flew after the goblins, who had now crept into the icy cave behind the frozen waterfall. Kirsty, Rachel, and Olivia swooped into the cave after them, swerving to avoid the gleaming icicles that now hung from its roof. Where are they? Which way did they go? Rachel asked. Looking around the ice cave, she saw no sign of the goblins.
Dad, you said it like this. Ah!
Yeah, I thought it was a goblin so I said it kind of funny. The water had frozen into unusual twisted shapes, a lot like crystal sculptures. The sun shone through them, making them glitter and sparkle with a bright white light. It's so beautiful, Kirsty said, wide-eyed, like a magical ice world. Rachel nodded. It's like a frozen fairyland, she said in awe, all glittery and sparkly. But there isn't a goblin in sight. We'll have to search for them. Sorry. Olivia said. They must be here somewhere. The 3 friends fluttered around the cave, looking behind every icicle in search of the goblins. There are so many places the goblins could hide, Kirsty sighed, seeing pathways leading in all directions. It's like a maze in here. Oh, how are they going to find them? What do you think?
Split up.
Split up. Yeah, Liz, you want to see?
Yeah.
The water had frozen into unusual... Oh, yeah. Shred. Next. Just then, Rachel let out a cry. Look, there's a flower, she called, pointing to the icy wall on her left. They're going to figure out where the goblins are by following the flowers, because they have a magic petal, don't you think? Yeah. Kirsty and Olivia fluttered over to see a bright purple orchid blooming right out of the ice. Only my petal could have done that, Olivia said, looking excited. Orchids take lots of love and a long time to grow that big. Kirsty's face lit up as she saw another orchid, an orange one this time. Further down the cave wall, she pointed to it with delight. It's a trail of flowers, she cried. The goblins must have gone this way. All right, Thea, that's the 2 chapters for tonight. You gonna say goodnight to Uncle Chris?
Dad.
Yeah.
This isn't a rainbow thing.
Oh, no, it's flowers. Okay, but the next one I think we'll start with the rainbow. There, yep. You want to say goodnight to Uncle Chris?
Good night, Uncle Chris.
Lily, you want to say goodnight?
And Dad, can you just read
Look over the edge.
Good night. Dad, can you read the front?
The first page of the next chapter. Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving you something.
Oh, look, it's something from Liz. Want to grab it?
You do.
You got it, Liz. I got it. Oh, we need the cap, Liz.
Okay.
Whew, that's close. You want it?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, the first page is called Flower Trail. The three friends followed the trail of orchids along the passage. Then Olivia swooped in front of Kirsty and Rachel, motioning for them to stop.
What's a duffel bag?
Oh, it's just like a big bag you can carry full of clothes and stuff. I can hear the goblins whispering ahead, she said in a low voice. We can't let them see us. They might try to turn us into ice again. Oh, that's going to be a good chapter. We'll read it tomorrow, okay? You want to fold the corner? Good night, honey. I love you. Diamond kiss?
You don't even do one up.
Oh, I did the 2 chapters.
Dad.
Have a good sleep, honey. I love you.
Dad, you gonna do that? The whole day is on. Isn't this great? Isn't this the life? Spaceman Spiff is a prisoner on the Zog slave galley. Plans and his daring overboard escape. What a day. Hi, Dummy.
No, that's me. This is Uncle Chris.
Oh.
There's no dummy.
Hi, Dummy Cookie Monster.
Oh, yeah, Thea?
Can you do this video done?
I want to say hi to Charlie for the video, too. Good night, Thea.
Okay. Just can we see it when it's done?
Yeah. Where's Charlie? Charlie? Oh, I don't know where he went. Where he went. Do you guys say hi to... I'm making a video for Uncle Chris.
Sure, where is it?
It's just a video. I'm not talking to him. You say hi?
How come you can't just call him?
Well, he didn't answer.
Why not?
Uncle Chris. I don't know.
Why not?
Probably busy.
Wait, you've been recording for 11 minutes, 12 minutes?
Yeah, it's a long video. You say goodnight to Uncle Chris?
You're a punk. You're a big idiot. Oh.
Good night.
Fozzie, I want Fozzie.
Fozzie.
I want Fozzie. Don't get...
Well, he can't show us anything because we're making the video.